When Hayward Field opened in 1919, it was a welcome addition to the university, but there was no way to predict how important it would later become. It was the home of not only track and field, but also the football program for the University of Oregon. When Autzen Stadium was built in 1967, track took sole possession of Hayward, and track slowly transformed Hayward from a stadium to an icon.
As we look at this place, this is like a Fenway Park or Wrigley Field.
Developing that kind of reputation did not happen overnight. With hundreds of unforgettable races and some of track and field's most historic figures calling Hayward home, the rumors of Hayward magic began to spread. Although nationally renowned, legends of the sport like Steve Prefontaine and Bill Bowerman left their mark in Eugene. The final turn before the home stretch at Hayward is called the Bowerman Curve, after the former Oregon coach. It has been nearly a decade since the look of Hayward Field has gotten a makeover, but that's all about to change.
You'll still be able to come into Hayward, and you'll know it's Hayward Field from the minute you walk in.
Tracktown USA president Vin Lanana has been the driving force behind the upcoming two-part renovation to the historic stadium. Over the next 5 years, the track facility will undergo a major facelift. The first phase is planned for this summer. It includes renovating the oldest part of Hayward, the East Grandstands, and reconfiguring the infield to accommodate all track and field events. The second phase will include redoing the Bowerman Building and the West Grandstands. After the renovation is complete, Hayward will have an additional 2,000 permanent seats and room for thousands of more temporary seats as needed for events.
So, for instance, all of our seats will have great visuals for the finish line, for the running events, and each of the field events.
Some fans have expressed fear that the renovation might diminish the magic of Hayward, but the voice of that magic, Paul Swangard, says change is hard for everyone.
I think the discussion that seems to be happening amongst track and field fans is just the hope that in some way, shape, or form, the spirit of this place, is at least preserved, if not intensified.
And what happens here intensifies the mystique. In recent years, Hayward has launched itself into the national and global track and field spotlight. Eugene has hosted the Olympic trials for track and field in 2008, 2012, and will again in 2016. In addition, global events like the Prefontaine Classic and the World Junior Championships have also established a home at Hayward.
One of my favorite times during any meet season is coming like the day before the meet and watching the athletes get off the bus, many who have never competed here, for the first time, and it literally is like a pilgrimage. I mean, they're coming to a place that, they've aspired to compete at.
Looking even further ahead, Eugene will host the IAAF Outdoor World Championships in 2021. Track and field athletes, coaches, and fans from 200 countries will make their way to historic Hayward Field.
I think what will happen, it'll be transformational for this community, for the state. So I think that everyone needs to have some transformational aha moment, and this is it for us.
And many community members are starting to prepare as that moment draws near.
Great outcomes of hosting these large-scale events that are so visible is that not only do we do great reputation building for the destination, and that's not just Eugene, but it's Springfield, Lane County, and Oregon.
But for a community that does not typically host such large-scale events, preparations may be difficult. However, the rewards have proven to be worth the effort.
But we've been able to create legacy improvements to the community around these events too.
And as for the current Hayward Field, there are only a few meets left before the gun goes off to start construction. And Swangard invites the fans to experience the magic one more time.
I should go out there and make sure I experience it one more time as it is, and be excited about what it will become, because it's going to become something even better.
For Oregon Extra with Michaela Gilmer, I'm TJ Brassel.